Hello and welcome, Align Tribe. I am Angie Love, an expert in the helping profession of social work, and I am here to help people on their spiritual healing and personal development journeys. I am the spiritual sis, the gratitude goddess, the manifesting mystic, and the energy empress. Thank you all in advance for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and following along on this journey. And know that as always, I'm glad that you are here. Today, I am going to talk a bit about self love. It's the best kind of love there is. So, I'm going to give you all 10 tips because you know I like giving 5 or 10, keep it short, 10 tips that you can choose to embark on to start your self love journey. So, coming in at number one, self care practices. Of course, you absolutely have to pour into yourself. Prioritize what brings you joy and comfort. This is how you stay rejuvenated and prepared to show up on this life path journey that can be tough. Yes, it can be tough, but this is how you armor yourself and you pour into yourself so that you are prepared to go forward on this journey. Number two, remember to be kind to yourself. Extend the grace and compassion to yourself that you extend to others. I know, easier said than done. We are so tough on ourselves. You all, our inner critic, the voice that says you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not worthy, can be so loud. You have to combat it, you have to tone it out. You absolutely have to make sure that you are doing the work to build yourself up. Because in this lifetime, there are going to be external situations that may make you feel like, oh, wow, I can't do this. And that will feel like they're tearing you down. So it is up to you to make sure that you are doing the work to build yourself up. I always try to remember to treat myself like I would my best friend. I love my best friends. I love my sisters. Shout out to my best friends, my sister, my spirit tribe, my support, because I have some of the best people in my spirit tribe that a goddess could ask for. I truly, truly do. I'll always extend gratitude for them and add them to my gratitude list easily because they deserve it. I try to remember to myself, would I say this like this exactly to my best friend, to my sister? Or would I reframe it? Would I be more gentle? Would I be more kind? Right? And I try to mirror my self talk, the way that I show up and speak to the ones that I love because I love myself. And I definitely want to be kind and have compassion for myself in the ways that I do for the ones that I love. So think to yourself next time before you are having an internal dialogue. Is this something that I would say to my best friend, to my sister, to my brother, to someone that I love and care about? If not, reframe it and get in the habit of speaking to yourself like you are someone that you love, because I hope that you do. I hope you love yourself. And I'm sure you're like the rest of us, just growing deeper along this self love journey. Number three, seek opportunities for growth and healing. Make sure that you are establishing boundaries with yourself and that you are holding yourself accountable to evolve. Now, why would you want to stay the same? How boring is that? Like, I'm like literally bored thinking about it. Switch it up, change, take a leap, grow, expand, right? Excel. Okay? Level up. There's so many ways to level up in this world. Get a new workout routine. Start painting your nails. Start getting your hair done or learn how to do your own hair, right? Promise yourself you'll read at least one chapter. before you go to bed each night of your current book you're reading. Journal for at least 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning, right? Envision your day going really well when you drink your morning coffee or tea. These are all practices that you can use that are very small, but with discipline over time will help you to evolve and level up your life. Get into it. Number 4, ask for your needs to be met. I'm going to repeat this one for the people in the back who didn't hear me. Ask for your needs to be met. Speak up for yourself. I'm talking to you and me, mostly you because I be. But speak up for yourself and make sure that you are engaging in reciprocal and mutually beneficial relationships. Now, that part I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. I'm probably talking to you too, but I'm mostly talking to me. So, in 2024, I had an epiphany. I felt like Nicki Minaj when I just said that. But I really had an epiphany that I was experiencing low quality relationships in ways that were not mutually beneficial for me, but that people were taking from me in a way that was not healthy, in a way that was not good for me. And I spoke up for myself, right? I did speak up for myself, but it got to the point where speaking up for myself was not enough and I had to cut ties, right? Although painful, although sad, I'm grateful for it. And I'm happy today that I did those things because you all, you commit a different level of self betrayal when you allow people to take and drain you, to soak up your energy, your resources, your light, your love, and your support, and not pour back into you in the way that you need them to. So, this does not always mean a tit for tat. A game is going on where you're keeping score. Oh, I did this, but you didn't do this, and you did this, so I got to do. That's not what I mean. When I say reciprocity, I mean you are showing up to your capacity in the same way that I am showing up in my capacity. And depending on what's going on in life, this can look different in different seasons, right? Um, but it's for your capacity, right? And what you are experiencing in your life. If you have the space, the resources, and the time to show up in my life at this amount, but you coming in down here just because you feel like it. But when it's time for me to show up in your life, you're always expecting top notch Angie. We're not doing it. Count me out. Actually, thank you. I'd much rather not. So that's what I mean when I say that. So make sure that you're asking for your needs to be met because also people are not mind readers. You cannot walk around resenting people for not meeting your needs that you never even spoke on. Don't do that. Don't sabotage in that type of way. Number 5, please be honest with yourself. Can we have a real conversation, real quick, about the lack of self accountability that we partake in as souls having this human experience? I'm talking to myself and you all. I recently had another epiphany, literally yesterday, about the lack of self accountability that I was taking in one area of my life and how I love to blame external circumstances and people in situations, but having to take a look at them in the mirror and say to yourself, in what ways did I contribute to this chaos? In what way did I contribute to this harm that is being committed against me? In what way did I dishonor and betray myself, my intuition, my discernment, right? Two, continue to entertain such low vibrational activities and people. Shadow work. There's journals on it. If you're unfamiliar, do yourself a favor and look up shadow work on TikTok or here on YouTube. If you have time, shadow work is essential. Everyone wants to talk about their love and light self. Oh, love and light. Look at me when everything's good and my hair's done and my skin's clear and I have on my cute jewelry and I'm just like vibing and like it's just great. But nobody wants to talk about your shadow self when you're not at your best, when you're operating as your lower self, when you're operating in your trauma, in your pain, right? In your anger, in your depression, in your anxiety, when you are betraying yourself, right? When you are dishonoring your goals, your self care, your boundaries, your self love. That's difficult to talk about. It's difficult to focus on, and it will hurt your feelings. You might even cry because it is excruciatingly painful to look at yourself and say, how have I not shown up as my best self? And what could I do to improve, right? It's so much easier to blame everyone around you in the world and what's happening and the politicians and, all of that. But when you really focus inward, you realize that it's kind of empowering because if I am at the root of most of my dysfunction and chaos in my life, that means I have the power to do a different thing, make a different choice to change it. If it's up to me, if it's on me, I can take that because I can do a different thing, right? So it's kind of empowering when you look at it from that angle, from that perspective. Okay, the shadow work, y'all. Self love. You think you love yourself until you realize the ways that you have inflicted harm, pain, and abuse onto the people that you care about or don't care about. And then you have to offer some self forgiveness and self compassion, but self accountability so that you make better choices. That is true self love when you're able to accept your light and your dark and understand that they are to be balanced. You need both, right? Because your light self is going to take you exactly where you need to go. And your shadow self is going to protect you with firm boundaries and give you the discipline that you need to make sure you're not operating in spaces where you have no business being. You need both. So honor and love them both, but it takes boundaries for both of them as well. Number 6, this is so deep, y'all. Reparent your inner child. And I talked about this in one of my other videos. To be on a true self love journey, I believe it is so crucial to empower your younger versions of yourself, to provide to your younger selves what you feel as though you may have missed growing up, right? If you grew up feeling like you weren't protected, you weren't respected, you weren't heard, you weren't loved, right? You weren't given the grace or the space to be your authentic self, do that for yourself in adulthood. Reparent your inner self and be all of that. Show up for yourself in that way to heal your inner child. Y'all, doing inner child work, I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole because I could do a whole video and I might comment below. Let me know if you would like to listen to a video about, healing the inner child. I have an actual book that I can share. We can kind of walk through. So let me know if that's something you all are interested in. Number 7, set goals, but achieve them. No, it's that part for me. Because if you know me, you know I'm about setting a goal, but Angie is about achieving a goal. Okay. So make sure that you are dreaming, envisioning, manifesting, and setting those intentions ongoingly. Life can be so tough. It can become monotonous with daily routines, and you can kind of just get in a rut, and it can kind of just get stuffy and boring, and you kind of know what to expect. Switch it up. Create goals. Give yourself something to look forward to, right? Give yourself something to aspire to. I create goals, and then I have a countdown app on my phone. So I put like a little countdown, like when I'm about to go on like vacation. Once the vacation is booked, it's going on the countdown list because how many days until I'm up out of here? Sorry, I'm triggered. I have a lot of days to my next vacation. So make sure you're setting your goals and make sure that you are keeping the promises that you make to yourself. So many times we will get so upset with other people for breaking promises that they've made to us, but we literally break promises that we make to ourselves. Don't normalize that. Okay? We have to do better. Make promises to yourself and keep them. Okay? Because if you cannot depend or trust anyone, and I'm sure that you can, but if you can't, you need to make sure you can depend and trust you. Number 8, remind yourself that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, and most importantly, you are not your trauma. I'm going to say that again, and this is for me. You are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, and you are not your trauma. I speak often about meditation and how it has been so healing for me to allow thoughts and feelings and past memories and experiences to be held in my body, but to also move them up and out of my body, right? So that it is not taking up so much space in my being, causing blockages, illnesses, right? And things of that sort. Also, I talk about therapy. I actually got therapy today. So I got to wrap up this video soon because what time is it? I got therapy today. So I am a huge advocate for therapy. I believe therapy is for everybody, but it's about finding the right therapist. And that has been difficult for me. But my therapist now, she's top notch. She's my favorite. So make sure that you are doing the work to feel. You have to feel it so you can heal it. Okay. And then you have to heal it in order to release it. You can't jump from feeling it to releasing it. You have to feel, heal, release. Okay. And this is not a get over it. No, 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 no. You're entitled to your feelings. Our feelings are valid. Feel it, right? Sit in it. Be still, be silent, find the lesson, and then you heal by you finding the lesson and learning to apply the lesson. And then you're able to release it with gratitude and grace because you're better now, because of the lesson. You have evolved and ascended, right? It's a process. It's a process because there are some things where it's like, I need to learn that. I didn't have to go through that. There could have been a better way. There was a better way for me to learn this lesson. I don't agree, right? I've been there recently, but that's where you just have to heal through it and give yourself time and patience and compassion and empathy, right? Number 9, stay curious about yourself, your likes, your strengths, your talents, and be open to new hobbies and meeting new people and learning new parts of yourself. Self discovery is beautiful, but too often people are so consumed with their external reality that they ignore all that is happening internally, and they ignore opportunities to discover things about themselves that can truly transform your quality of life, right? So just make sure that you are staying in tune and staying connected to yourself on your self love journey. Lastly, number 10, stay the course, you all. Healing, a self love journey, none of this is linear. So you have to learn to ride the waves. Sometimes the very, very tip top highs, and sometimes the deep down in the valley lows. Trust me, I know, I get it. Easier said than done. But one thing I know for sure, two things for certain, it's like this. It's a wave, right? If you're down on the valley and the low, you can only go up from there. That's literally the only place you can go up. Is up. And when you're at the high though, stay away from anxiety and the fear of wondering when a drop is coming. Be present. Be present. Mindfulness is key. Stay mindful and stay present in the moment. Connect with your environment and with yourself in the moment. I hope these 10 tips for a self love journey have been useful for you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And remember, the way to support this content is to like, share, comment, and subscribe to follow along on this journey. And let me know what more you'd like to hear about. If there are any topics that you're interested in, put them below. And as always, remember that love is the highest frequency. May you center it and align your life path to embrace it daily. Peace and love. Hello, Align Tribe. I am Angie Love coming to you with a quick reminder to shop our Align. There are beautiful astrology planners that you do not want to miss out on. If you are interested in goal tracking or interested in manifesting specific goals or intentions and looking to use the energy of what has happened with the astrological planets during that specific time, these products are for you. The planners are gorgeous. They come in numerous colors. They're detailed. They talk about seasonal practices, new moon and full moon rituals, and so much more. There are also wall calendars, which I like to have both, that are detailed, and they also share the same information as the astrology planner, but not as detailed. These items, in addition to ritual kits, astrology tote bags, and crystal jewelry, are all available at our Align shop. You do not want to miss out on these beautiful items. Go ahead and click the link below in the description box and shop our Align.